Hey guys, what is going on? Alex here, and I'm back for another video. Recently the ban list dropped. I made a huge ban list reaction video towards it, and my boy Daigusto Emeral got hit, and Daigusto Emeral got banned. But the question that I've received from loads of people is just why did Emeral get banned? Um, Emeral I called in my prediction video would get hit, and it is for various reasons. So beforehand, I'm just going to read Emerald's effect. Just in case you don't know the card, which I highly doubt. Once per turn, you can detach one XYZ material from this card, then activate one of these effects. Target 3 monsters in your graveyard and shuffle all 3 into your deck. Then draw 1 card. Or target 1 non-effective monster in your graveyard and special summon that target. So it was practically designed as a recycle card. It came out in Hidden Arsenal 3, November 1st, 2013, as a generic rank 4 monster. Now, at the time in 2013, this card wasn't exactly, seen as completely busted, overpowered, or anything like that. This card was a very situational card where, if you wasted your resources or had no monsters in your deck that were actually be able to, you'd need to search. Prime example at the time was Agent of Mystery Earth. Daigusto Emeral was practically your way to go. You'd use Daigusto Emeral and be able to recycle certain cards like Agent of Mystery Earth. At the time, that card was very good, and Emeral really did help. But yeah, as I said before, it was a very situational card. But hey, we're in 2017 now. This card is nearly 4 years old, and has actually caused quite a few problems over the past few years. Like, I'm gonna explain a few. So again, this is a recycle card, and in the moment, recycling is so important. Because once you waste your cards, you can't go into specific combos again. Like certain decks that don't use a lot of monsters would really be would highly need this card because of how powerful it is. Prime example of a card that hit the ban list last ban list, not this current ban list, is Elder Entity Norden. Now, Norden got put to 1 for a good reason back like last year or something like that, but Norden still caused a lot of issues. Now, being at 1, once you wasted Norden, you wasted Norden. But, of course, Daigusto Emeral would actually allow you to get him back in the graveyard so you could use Instant Fusion again. Now, Konami don't like things coming out for free. They don't like you being able to get an advantage of free cards. They don't want you to be able to special summon from the graveyard for free. So Norden, of course, was a problem. Another card is Zodiac Rapier that hit the ban list that we're on currently. Every single Zodiac player would use 2 Daigusto Emeralds because Rapier was at 2 and was such an important card for the deck that you had to recycle him 100%. If you were unable to recycle him, well, then you kind of just lost. You were able to do your combos of getting like 2 Tridents out, and that is practically it. You'd not be able to do much. But if you had Daigusto Emeral, of course you can recycle your cards. So Rapier and Norden were exactly prime examples of broken ways to recycle your card and repeat the process again. Recognize that Zodiac Rapier and Elder Entity Norden are both not once per turn cards. So if you recycled it, special summoned it again, you could activate the effect again. Of course, similar to Daigusto Emeral, it is not a once per turn card, but was made only to be a very situational card. Moving on, so Daigusto Emeral, as I said, is not a once per turn card, so it's very able to use it. You can use it again and again and again and again. But I want you just to look at something quickly. So we have 2 different cards here that are, of course, recycle cards. Beryl from a Different Dimension and Michael the Arclight Lightsworn. Now, these 2 cards are very, very different. One recycles banished monsters and returns them to the graveyard, and one sends, of course, monsters from the deck from your graveyard back into your deck. Now, the difference between Daigusto Emeral and these and different Beryl from a Different Dimension and Michael is very archetype centric and only sends Lightsworn monsters to the graveyard, while Beryl of a Different Dimension doesn't benefit every single deck that comes in its way. At the moment, the only deck that it's really benefiting at the moment is Shiranuis or zombies, because of course you can recycle Mizukis, and beforehand when it was at 1, Infernoids were able to use it because you'd be banishing a lot of cards. But that's the only reason why you'd practically be able to use the card. Of course they both recycle lights, one recycles light swarms, one recycles or cards that are banished back into the graveyard, not back into the deck. So there's a huge difference. One is very archetype centric and one is very situational. So what is Daigusto Emerald? Daigusto Emerald is just a generic rank 4, and level 4 has over 300 plus monsters in the game. There are so many level 4 monsters that if you don't have level 4s in your deck, then you're probably using a deck that's just not meta at all, or just not as common. Like prime example would be something like Paleos. Paleos would never use Daigusto Emerald because it's just practically useless. It's just a way of just a useless rank 4, but you're just able to use the card in practically every single deck. So we're going to look at something like Elemental Heroes. This is back when Emerald wasn't exactly a prime needed target, targeted rank 4, but Heroes really did need Emerald in certain prospects because Shadow Mist was your prime target. You didn't have 3 Shadow Mists. If you had no Shadow Mist in your deck or in your hand, you practically weren't able to search your Mass Change card, because Mass Change is such, of course, an important card to get your Dark Lord, to get your Acid out, and if you have no Shadow Mist, you have no search. And this is why Emerald was so good in the deck, because you're able to recycle Shadow Mist back into the deck. Another example was Satellarknight Deneb, back in Satellarknight format. Of course, you'd be able to search a Tellarknight monster from your deck to hand on summon, but if you had no Deneb, you wouldn't really be able to search up your monsters. You'd just practically have to draw them and hope for the best. And at the time, sure, Rota was at 3, but still, you needed the search, and no Deneb, no rank 4s. You can't really go into your rank 4s, and you're a bit of a sicky situation, really. So, Emerald really did help, but it got to the stage where Emerald was practically in every single deck that needed cards to be recycled. You could recycle stuff like Brilliant Gemnite Seraphinite, your Gemnite monster and stuff. It was just used in every single deck, and it is not an OTP card, which caused a lot of problems. Now, the prime example for this was the Dularan and Daigusto Emerald loop that caused a ton of OTK problems with Grand Soil, which recently got banned again on this current ban list. Dularan would actually recycle Emerald, and Emerald would recycle Dularan to carry on the loop over and over again and keep on burning your opponent 1,000 life points, causing really stupid FTKs, which is why Dularan is at 1 and Emerald is now banned, because I think Konami have gotten to the stage where loops should just not be in this game unless a loop just does absolutely nothing. The loops should just not be allowed in the game. And of course we don't like dirty FTKs, because of course Dularan loop is stupid, Dark Synchro loop is stupid, and of course Emerald just makes recycles just too easy, and of course recycling now is just far too strong, and unless you're doing it for a cost, there is no way the card should be allowed. I'm sorry, Emerald, you've done a lot of work over the past nearly 4 years. You've helped a lot of decks, but it got to the stage where you were just too strong. I predicted this ban. I knew this was going to happen. I knew Emerald would get hit, but that's why Emerald got hit. Recycling's just too good, and it caused a lot of problems. Anyway, my name is Alex. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that thumbs up button and subscribe for more content. I should have a few deck profiles coming out soon for you guys. I've got a Dark Magician deck profile for you and a Zombie Sworn deck profile, but because of the recent ban list, I've had to change things up a little bit and remove certain engines and change things about recently. So if you enjoyed the video, again, make sure to hit that thumbs up button and subscribe for some more spicy content. Anyway, my name is Alex, and I'll see you guys later. See ya.